Hey guys, I would like to share with you this DIY project that I'm about to do. I want to put some floating shelves in the corner right here in the laundry room. Nice plywood sheets, they're about 1/4 inch thick. As you can see, it's got a very nice translucency feature on the wood. That's highly desired. So once I stain this is really going to stick out. I also got a bunch of 2x4s. These have already been pre-cut at the Home Depot for me. These are about 44 inches, which is the maximum amount that I'm going to need for the overall width up in the corner. And these are gonna be about 8 inches. So in essence, the goal is to set up almost like a ladder shape, configuration, if you will. And then obviously the other side is gonna go like this. These are obviously gonna get screwed into the studs up in the wall, of course. So here we go, guys. We're already putting all of the pieces together using 2.5-inch wood screws using my drill. I'm going to show you guys how this could become a one-person job, but obviously if you have an extra set of hands, things will be a lot easier. So this is what I did. I ended up putting this little piece of wood randomly right underneath, made sure that it was completely leveled. But as you can see, when you put that piece of wood right underneath, that can really hold it in place as you're trying to drill this thing right into the stud. If you didn't have this thing, there's no way you'll be able to hold it all at once. And obviously, as you could see, I removed it once everything was put into place and perfectly leveled. So here I am putting the front piece of this skeleton and obviously making sure that it's completely leveled. So here we go, the first shelf skeleton is right into place, perfectly leveled and screwed in. So now it's time to move on to the remaining two. So I grab one of my 2x4s and I start measuring the 8 inches that I'm going to need for each piece. And once I have all of that measured in, it's time to go onto my table saw, being very careful, of course, and it's time to cut these little pieces. So you know the drill from now, literally just putting all the pieces together again for the second shelf. Once again, using that little piece of extra wood underneath to allow me to hold it in place as I try to drill this right into level. And here we are, we got the second shelf skeleton into place. And it's time to move on to the third one. Certainly, I want to make sure that these shelves are equally spaced. Approximately 12 inches in distance, which happened to be the perfect measurement, so that the bottom and the top shelf end up lining up perfectly with the overall height of the cabinet right next to it. That's gonna make you have a nice clean seamless line across the room, and that's going to make it look very modern. All right, on to the fun part. So I'm using my circular saw to cut little pieces of the plywood sheets that are going to essentially cover my shelf skeletons. Sometimes I have to do straight cuts. Sometimes I have to do 45-degree cuts to create a miter edge, so that you end up having a very nice seamless joint with the plywood pieces. As you can see, this one is a 45-degree miter edge. You'll see how that fits in together shortly. But we can see here that this is going to be a nice, perfect fit. And now I'm using my brad nailer to fit it into place. So this is going to be the front fascia of the shelf. As you can see, this is going to be a mitered edge fit, so that you're gonna have a nice, perfect, seamless joint. So it's gonna give you the look of a real block of wood as a shelf, instead of, making it obvious that we just put a bunch of plywood pieces together. And I'm using some wood putty to, kind of cover the little spaces in this area, so that once it dries, it looks nice and seamless. As you can see, I have this metal guide clamped in across the plywood that my circular saw is kind of going against, so that I make sure that I end up with a nice, perfect straight line. So here we are, onto the third and final shelf. At this time, I'm definitely pretty exhausted, but as you can see, nice clean lines fitting within the overall margins of the cabinet height, and that makes it look nice and seamless. So next is going to be staining. Just as an FYI, I'm using Behr's stain and polyurethane combo, so it's only a single pass and it covers it well. I'm using a rag to spread the stain, but it wasn't ideal. It was kind of difficult to get it underneath the shelves, and as you can see, I even got the stain on my hair. Yeah, it was quite the mess. So I went to my favorite store, the Home Depot, and I got these sponge little brushes, and it made things a lot easier to essentially spread the stain and get to the nooks and crannies. Now that I'm all finished, I'm just putting a little bit of caulking using this technique, and as you can see, you end up with a very nice clean line. Hey guys, so after 2 days and well, half-day cleanup, I can say that I'm officially done and I'm excited. So here's the final reveal. Let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned for more to come. Just to give you a heads up, I'll be working on a concrete accent wall on the fireplace. Look forward to putting that together for you guys. Thanks for watching.